Hey guys, Senior RKC Josh Henkin here along with physical therapist Jessica Bento. What we're going to look at today is really how to get a better press. A lot of people just concentrate and just gain the weight overhead and not how they get the weight overhead. Really, the purpose of the press is definitely to build upper body strength, but also to teach you stability control through the midsection and pelvis. If you wiggle a lot or you lean a lot just to leverage a heavier weight overhead, you're going to find it harder to have that carryover and that transfer to other types of overhead presses because you just can't do it with other implements. So what we're going to do is try to tighten up what we call leakage of strength in the press. Meaning we're going to try to really ensure that we're using the appropriate sections of the entire body to press the weight overhead, not just become purely focused on gaining the weight overhead. So the first drill we're going to do is just going to clean the kettlebell into the rack position. And what we're going to do is bring her into a military press position. Military press position and military feet together, just like a soldier position. What this gives us is a very narrow base, very similar to doing a plank position on the floor. So just like in the plank, we're going to watch for her to prevent any lean forward or back, any rotation side to side, or lateral flexion leaning over to one side. If she's unable to do so, we're going to have to lower the weight or adjust the volume of the kettlebell, so do less reps possibly. We're going to watch this from side to side because she might be stable on one side and have a little compensation upon the opposing side. So what we're going to do in a moment is we're going to take you to another progression, which is going to bring her down to the ground, which is going to remove some of the joints from the equation, increasing the demand upon their trunk and the pelvis. Okay, to get in a double kneeling position, Jessica would have cleaned. She would drop lunge, so she's slowly going down to both knees. In this position now, we remove the lower leg a little bit, so she has less joints working for her. So she's really gonna have to integrate the midsection of the trunk and the pelvis to her advantage. What she's gonna do is she's gonna point the toes into the ground so the ball foot is driving in. If you do this, what you'll feel is your hamstring and glute activate. You still want to try to utilize that support mechanism of the lower body to assist in this press. When she's pressing both kettlebells above the head, there's a great demand in pushing her back and forward. So her job is to stay nice in alignment so that basically you can think of her body as an L. The lower body and the upper body forming that L position. She don't want to lean back, so she doesn't want to press and start to sit back upon her heels. Instead, she's driving into those ball foot, activating the glutes, bracing the abdominals, and pulling the weight back into place. So the final position we're going to work with is half kneeling. This is great because a lot of people have asymmetries or imbalance amongst the stability of their hips. So you can really focus upon improving those instabilities. And you can work starting in this position for your first set, ending with your last set in that military position. Because they're the most complex and demanding, you can make the same kettlebell feel easier as you fatigue by moving up in the positions that we've just shown you. So same thing, you want to form an L. And you want to draw on the back toe there. Now what we're going to do is Jessica's first showing you just a stable press. So if you're introducing this to someone, you want to really make sure that they feel comfortable in this position. You don't want them leaning back and forth or shifting their body weight back and forth. Now what we can do to make this more challenging, because we have an asymmetrical body position, we're going to go asymmetrical load position. She's going to go alternating press. So let's go press one. And as this arm comes down, this arm starts to come up. So what we do by that is now, not only do we have the body position challenging her in the frontal plane, we have the movement of the kettlebell pulling her off side to side. So we really want to watch for any lateral shift or rotation of the pelvis. She's doing a great job maintaining her alignment, and this is a very powerful way to improve your stability and avoid leakage so that your bilateral or standard clean and press with the kettlebells are much, much stronger.